All right, my overblowing friends. If you have mastered being able to play a neighbor tone, so on and so forth, play a long tone, and move from a draw note to an overdraw note, probably the next step is to go from a different hole to the overblow. Easiest place to start this is going to be going from the 8-hole draw to the 7 overdraw. Now you see me squinting my eye here, it's because I'm playing a different harmonica than I usually do, and I'm compensating a little bit by using a little more force than I should. So I'm gonna try that again real soft. Okay, now, so that's what I'm gonna teach you how to do. So here's what I do when I'm thinking about that. So when you move from a non-overblow note, or overdraw, doesn't matter, to an overblow or overdraw note, it's a little bit tricky. The thing that I find helps the most is anticipating before I get to that hole where I'm gonna do the overblow, what the shape of the inside of my mouth is gonna be. I'm thinking about it, like I'm targeting specifically the location and the shape before I get there. This is kind of similar to if you sing or play trumpet or something like that, where before you're gonna sing that first note at the beginning of the song, you sing the note in your mind, right? And what that does physically is it actually gets you prepared internally with what you're doing. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. So here I am on that the 8 draw. Now, if I just move over, I'm programming my brain with where that other hole is. Now, you might not think that it matters that much. Hey, it's just one hole. When you're playing overblows and overdraws, you gotta be dead center on that hole. And if you're not, if you're slightly off, if you've got a little bit of air going through the other holes, it's not gonna work. A lot of times that doesn't matter because you might not have enough wind going through it to activate the other reeds. But when you're doing the overdraws and overblows, the actual speed of the wind is a little bit quicker, and you won't get the sound if you're leaking air out the side of the hole. So you target that hole. 8 draw, 7 draw. Be dead center on that hole. Okay, now, remember that exercise before? Okay, first you're gonna go from that overdraw up to the 8. And then you're gonna remember exactly what that shape, the inside of your mouth was when you went to that, you're gonna go to that 8 draw, but don't forget what you were doing on that overdraw. And then just go back to it. Now, did you hear I missed it one time? It went ba-da-da. Okay, that came from releasing the posture of the overdraw before I was at the 8 draw hole. Okay, so you got to go back and forth, and it's really important to be precise. That's hilarious. I said be precise, and then I missed the hole. Okay, now, when you first do this from the 8 to the 7, there's going to be a little separation, right? Because you're not used to really connecting that 8 draw. So the next step, once you can do it, is try to play that 8 draw as long as possible before the 7 overdraw plays. Okay, not that big giant space in between. It's just bum. Now, did you hear the one where it failed? Okay, that's because I wasn't going to that overdraw posture soon enough. It's actually as the harmonica moves, I'm changing the shape of the inside of my mouth, the inside of my mouth, so that right when I get to the precise location where that hole is, I'm in position. All right, so hope this helps. There's gonna be more of these coming, so keep watching.